Hi, it me. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica. This is my channel, Jess About Books. This is my very first live stream for reading sprints because I love watching reading sprints, and I'm a late night girl, so here I am to provide for the psychos like me. Sorry, I was just making sure that everything is okay on this end. Okay, yeah, everything's going fine. So, yes, tonight, I need to make progress in this very badly because I read A Game of Thrones and finished it the very last second of September, and one of my goals this year is to reread all of the books that are out that I have read, and then kind of continue with the ones that I haven't read. So I read A Game of Thrones how long ago? Forever ago. And I read Clash of Kings, and I think I've made progress into A Storm of Swords. Yeah, that's the third one. And then I put it down. So I want to reread Game of Thrones, reread A Clash of Kings, finish Storm of finish A Storm of Swords, finish A Feast for Crows, finish A Dance of Dragons. I don't know why I just listed all of those out to you like you couldn't look them up. Let me close the door. Hold on. In case my husband walks in the house. Because winter is coming. See what I did there? No, because I feel like there's such a fall to winter series. Like it's perfect. It's perfect. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. I'm taking a break from all my Halloween TBRs. To get this done. So yeah. Let me do something here. Okay. So personally, I like 30-minute sprints. So I'll stay here for a couple more minutes and then we will start the first sprint. And then if anyone is going to join, they'll come in the middle of the sprint and we'll just see. I really just wanted to make this for people that are crazy like me that search reading sprints at 11 p.m. at night to see if anyone else is awake and reading. So that's all I'm here for. I'm just here for the girlies or not girlies that want to read late night for my night owls. So yeah, let me share my screen here. I'm gonna do a very aesthetically pleasing timer. Do I make my do I do this? I kind of want to be tiny. I kind of want to be tiny and never hear, never know. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Well, we might as well get started. Let's go. Let's crack it into it. I'm sorry. Let me shut up. All right. So, hold on, let me fix this. So I started on 84. I'm on page 100 now of A Clash of Kings. I kept getting distracted. How did everyone else do? So, just to elaborate on this more, I definitely want to do at least 4 sprints because I really want to get some progress into this chunker of a book. So, yeah, at least 4 sprints should put me further in, and maybe more. Honestly, maybe more. I usually stay up, so I'm on Pacific time, so it's 10:30 here, and I'm usually up for like 4 or 5 more hours. So I can be here as long as I need to. Let's see. Is this good? Should we do... I don't really want to be tiny the whole time. Hello. How are you? Oh, it's 1:35 there? Oh, wow. So you're a night owl like me. I swear I'm always on YouTube searching reading sprints at midnight. Like I start trying to find reading sprints at midnight. Cool. That's exciting. Thanks, Lindsay. Hey, no problem. I said at the beginning, I was like, I need someone to read it late at night because I am always searching way too late. So you know what? Let me just try this out, you know? So far so good. We have done 1 sprint and my dogs finally settled down. They are not used to me being in my office. But I have to be in here, otherwise my husband will be making a bunch of noise. Hey, Night Owl Gang. We are the Night Owl Gang here. What are you guys reading? Let me know. I love how quiet the world is at night and have always been a night owl. It taught me to enjoy my own company and to not be alone by myself. That makes so much sense because I agree. I mean, a lot of people say they enjoy how quiet the world is in the morning. Like the people who wake up at like 5 a.m. My sister-in-law is one of them. And I'm like, okay, I can relate on that, but I can't relate on the whole morning thing. I don't like going to bed early, personally, in order to wake up early. I like to stay up late. Just started Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Let me look that one up. Hold on, okay, we're good. Let me look that up on Goodreads. Love in the Time. Is it like Love in the Time of Cholera, but different? Because that's kind of funny. I might have to pause this timer because I want to chat and learn about new books. Alicia Thompson. It has good Goodreads reviews. I feel like a 3.5 is good on Goodreads. Interesting. Cool. I'm starting to read a book called Go Hunt Me by Kelly DeVos. Okay, looking that one up too. Are you guys liking it? These look good. Are you guys participating in Halloween readathons? Because these look very much either like you're just in the spooky mood for October or you're participating in readathons. Let me know how they're going. Homebody by Rupi Kaur, which I'm almost done with, and Hidden Bodies by Carolyn Kipnis. Okay, I've heard of both of these. Do you like Rupi Kaur? I haven't tried any of her poetry. I'm assuming this is a poetry book by her. Picked it up at the library. Yes, the Library Girls. Actually, I have books I need to return. I'm so bad. I keep telling myself like I'm only gonna do ebooks because they automatically return, and then I just crave perusing at the library, and then I keep them for too long, and then I pay my fees and do it again. Ooh, The Silent Patient. Do you like it? Maybe not if you're thinking of switching. 20% in. I liked Milk and Honey, but I wanted something quick over the weekend. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. Because I am bored with The Silent Patient. Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews on The Silent Patient. The Silent Patient and the other one by a different author, McKellides. Oh, it has like a bust on the cover. I can't remember. I've heard mixed reviews. I'm trying to read as many spooky books in October as I can. I am trying to. I usually only read, or I usually gravitate towards fantasy, and then I branched out into other like general fiction, lit fic. And fantasy is definitely like my comfort spot though. But I'm trying to pick up spooky books. So I've read Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, and I've read Bunny so far this month. Like I am reading up a storm this month. And one of my goals is to reread A Clash of Kings. I already reread A Game of Thrones right in the nick of time for September to end. And I want to keep going because, winter is coming. It's fall, winter is coming. It's just a comfort read. So I'm taking a break from horror and stuff. And I was at Barnes & Noble today and finally decided to get rid of my mass market paperbacks of the series that I've had for years and years to get big floppy ones. Honestly, they're almost too floppy. Do you know what I mean? They're almost too floppy. Like they're kind of hard to read. But they're way better than mass markets, don't get me wrong. I was on an Airbnb with friends for one of the friends' birthday. Okay. Gotcha. That's why you wanted something quick to read. Well, that's so cool that you can find time to read. I'm really bad at that. I heard Silent Patient was good. I love Silent Patient. I feel like if you okay, let me find the name of this book because I can't just be saying, oh, that one with the bust on the cover. I don't know how I'm gonna find this. Thriller with bust on the cover. And nothing has come up. My gosh, it's really popular right now. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's like a black background with a bust on the cover, and the title kind of goes through the eyes of the bust. I heard that if you like Silent Patient, you hate that one, and if you hate Silent Patient, you like that one. It's so boring. I just finished The Family Upstairs and The Family Remains. Nice. Yes. I'm jealous. Yeah, The Maidens. Zoe. My dude. Let me confirm. The Maidens. Alex Michaelides. Michaelides. Yeah, I heard if you like The Maidens, you don't like The Silent Patient. If you like Silent Patient, you don't like Maidens. I have read neither. I cannot contribute to this, but I'm so jealous that you work at Barnes & Noble, for real. How do you even bring home a paycheck? I don't think I would. You have willpower, ma'am. All right. Should we start another sprint? Should we do it? Should we do what we came here to do? See? Oh, you heard The Silent Patient was good. Now you have to read The Silent Patient. Yep. That's, yeah. You know? It's one of those things. Just one of those things. My money would go straight back to, do they let you put books on hold when you work there? Like, are you just like compiling a list every pay period? I don't really have a certain book, like fantasy or whatever. I am a mood reader. If it's good, I am done. But I am not into reading romance. Yeah. So I definitely have a comfort genre. Like, it's fantasy. However, I do have like I do have a niche in fantasy. I'm not a fan of YA fantasy, and I really like high fantasy. Someone once explained to me that high fantasy is fantasy not on Earth, in a different land. Not in the world as we know it, I should say. So I really like high fantasy specifically, high fantasy adult. But I have been branching out. Like, I've been picking up popular releases in other genres, and I haven't been. I mean, I've had 5-star reads in other genres. It's just definitely fantasy is my comfort. And I also don't read romance. However, one of my reading goals is to read one romance. Which I think is why I really like fantasy, because I don't really have to worry about there being romance in my fantasy, especially with like adult fantasy. Oh, you lucky dogs. I would just be making a list of what I want every pay period. Like, I would have my little stack. And then as soon as that direct deposit goes through, I'm going home with books. But I shop while I work occasionally because fiction shelves means you find books. Oh, that's dangerous. Bianca, that's so dangerous. I just finished Hobbit for the first time in my life this month. I want to move on the Lord of the Rings. All right, so here, what is it? I'm a fantasy gal. I have a bind up of the Lord of the Rings books. I read the first one. I tried to read it with my eyeballs and I couldn't do it. And then I listened to the audiobook and I ended up finishing it while like diamond painting, because I went through a hot diamond painting phase. And I didn't really like it. This is one of the cases where I like the movies. This is one of the cases where, this is rare for me, I feel like the story is better delivered to me through a movie. And mostly it's because, this is gonna sound so weird. Mostly it's because in Lord of the Rings there's a lot of like song breaks, like breaks in the narrative for like a character singing a song, and it's just kind of lost on me. That's all. I mean, my husband read Lord of the Rings when he was in 5th grade, and I'm like, that is big brain energy, because it was so lost on me. I can only consume that story through visuals, personally. So good for you, Jan. That is big brain energy that you read The Hobbit. Yeah, I think when it comes to romance for me, it's just I get taken out of the story because a lot of the times I find it like unrealistic or like corny. I might be just reading the wrong romance, to be honest. But it takes me out of the story when it's like unbelievable or like too perfect or like too cute. I can imagine my bank account is crying and I don't even work there. I love diamond painting. I need to get back into it. Yeah. Reading right now is kind of my only hobby because I rely on my library in Libby to read Kindle books because I don't have to commit money to it. And I'm like an up and down person with hobbies, so right now I just read. Would have to buy, if I did diamond paintings as much as I read, I would be buying so many diamond paintings. Like you can't buy used diamond paintings or like library diamond paintings. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of spare time. I would be spending too much money. And also this, the top of my back between my shoulder blades will hurt so bad. Yeah. Honestly, you would have to do sprints for diamond painting. Did you read the 5th season? I read it. It was so much world building. I was lost. Not for me. Yeah, I did read the 5th season, and I read the 2nd book too. But I did not read the 3rd book. I did not want to continue that series. Not that I didn't. Not that it wasn't good. It's a very good series. It just I didn't want to invest time into it, the 3rd book. That's all. Yeah, that's what carried me through Lord of the Rings. So I get that. Dark romance. Me and a coworker have banter and trash each other's genre. She loves romance. I hate it. See? There's a lot of romance lovers out there, especially on BookTube and BookTok. Wow. I might not be on the right side of BookTok, but why do I feel like it's all romance? Like when I just search sometimes I just search the hashtag BookTok so I can like, keep up with these young folks. And it's just, I mean, it's like romance heavy. Hello, Tina. What you reading? I would like to do, so we've done one 30-minute sprint. I would like to do at least 3 more. I am a night owl, and I need motivation to make a dent in this big ass book. We could do more, but I would like to at least do 3 more. I'm sure we're gonna get, it kind of seems like the longer that I'm here, the more people join later at night, so that's cool. You're also a romance reader? What are you reading? Everyone in my BookTok talks about smut. Yeah. It's kind of crazy how that's exploded, isn't it? Like, all right. My stepmom is a paranormal romance queen. And by paranormal romance, I mean paranormal romance smut. And I feel like there's on social media, there are so many of those readers out there now, like loud and proud, that I feel like she would kind of thrive if she was a social media gal, but she's not. But I agree. There's a lot of smut readers out there right now. Probably we're always there, but they're just finding each other, and I'm finding them, and I can't relate. I'm reading After by Anna Todd. Yeah. I've heard of After. Didn't that start out as a Wattpad? Do you like it? Are you liking it? And Closely Harbored Secrets by Brie Baker. Yes, I am. Don't read smut. Me neither. But I don't read romance either. So you read romance, but not smut. My store manager adores paranormal romance. He just eats it up, and I don't understand it. Yeah. So she really... I almost... You know what? I think I'm going to recommend it to her. I think I'm going to buy it for her. So she really likes, like, vampire romance and, like, Wolfman romance. Like, monster romance. That's what I catch her reading all the time. And I kind of want to get her... I gotta remind myself. Hold on. I gotta remind myself what the first book in the series. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think my stepmom would love it. It's not paranormal romance, but I think she would love it. That's the closest to smut I've ever got. Yeah, Hairstyles fanfic on Wattpad. Yeah, I've heard. Oh, it's your 3rd time reading it? Nice. I think my sister-in-law read it, actually. We saw it at Barnes & Noble, and she was like, oh my gosh, that's based on fanfic, and it got published. And I was like, there's a lot of stories like that at Barnes & Noble now that started out as a... What's that romance? It started out as fanfic. The Love Hypothesis. That started out as Kylo Ren and Rey fanfiction, and then was published and, like, altered. You know, for copyright. They got to do it. All right, I feel like we should start another sprint. We should start another sprint. Is it distracting me? I want to talk to all of you. Is everyone okay with a 30-minute sprint? I shall wait to see if anyone says yes or no. If anyone wants to do shorter or longer, let me know. Suggest a length and I shall do it. Because, I don't know, some people really like 45 minutes. Some people like... I've been watching Castle Library on YouTube. Love her. And she does like 20, 15, then 30, then 45. Okay, 30 is good? Okay, let me start it because my husband just came home. I need to tell him I'm live. So let me go start this and then I'll run back here. Happy reading! Let me pause this. Hi, welcome back. I read 16 pages of A Clash of Kings. How did you guys do? I could have done better. Let me fix this. Hi, that's me. Yay! Great job. Homebody. Going to treat myself to a snack. What you snacking on? I'm looking up Homebody right now. I haven't heard of that one. Oh, right. That's the Ropey Core. Nice. Wow, it has good ratings on Goodreads. It has a 4-star. Page 19. Nice. Are you liking it? How are you feeling about it so far? So I am staying with The Silent Patient. It started 27%, now 33%. Nice. I love donuts. What kind of donuts are you eating? His wife did something, so it's getting better. Good. Honestly, I just finished Bunny, and I was bored, and I was like 44% of the way through, and I was like, honestly, maybe I'm going to switch. Like, I wanted to use sprints this weekend. I wanted to use the sprints going on this weekend to finish Bunny because I was bored at 44% is what I'm trying to say. And then as soon as I was like in the chat, like, I'm bored, blah, 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 I think I'm going to switch, something happened. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to stay with it. I am in California, so it is 11:28 p.m. here. But the nighttime is my peaceful reading time, so I'm glad we can share it together. We were just talking about not being a night owl and liking how quiet the night is, and I was like, yeah, that's what morning people say. They like the peaceful quiet of the morning. Classic glazed. Nice. 24 pages of After. Nice. I got a little creeped out, but I pushed through because I really want to read this book. Nice. Is it nighttime for you as well? Or are you like Amy and it's morning time? Let me scroll up. I want to look up what you're reading. Oh yeah, I did look it up. Go Hunt Me. It's still up on my screen. Go Hunt Me by Kelly DeVos. Good Girls Bite Back. For Dracula lovers and fans of Diana Urban's All Your Twisted Secrets, the spine-tingling thriller follows 7 horror buffs as their dream trip to a remote Romanian castle turns into a nightmare when they begin to be killed one by one. Okay, I'm going to put that on my want to read. Done. Shelved. Unsold. Have kids, so my only alone time. It's 1:28. So it's me time. Yeah. So are you on Mountain Standard Time then? 1:28 a.m. Yeah, it's like 2:30 a.m. Okay. So you must be on the East Coast. Same with Tina. East Coast. Yeah, my sleep schedule was so good for so long. I fixed it and I kept up with it for so long. Yeah, we can see where I am now. Central Time, Dallas, Texas. Nice. 7 a.m. here. I'm reading Discovery of Witches. Amy, if you don't mind, where are you? Oh, in the UK. Yeah. See, that's another thing too with doing late night reading sprints is I would like to have reading sprints for people in the UK and in different time zones to get some sprints to have people to read with, because I know a lot of big booktubers, don't have the time and have families and lives and can't be live on YouTube at 11:30 p.m. Actually, though, if you guys don't know, Reading with Neva Her name is Neva. So it's spelled like reading, W-H-E, and then her name, N-E-V-A. So it's Winneva. She hosts 24-hour reading sprints like once a month, I think. Don't quote me. I just found her channel and she was talking about that on a different reading sprint I was watching earlier today. So check her out. I'm hoping to be part of her next 24-hour sprint in the chat. We'll be in the chat reading for as long as I can. Florida. How's that hurricane for you? Hopefully everything's all right. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't know. This is my first live. These are my first sprints. So I don't know what my audio is like. I don't know like what volume to speak at. So let me know. I am in Kentucky. It's weird because I moved like multiple states over and I'm still in the same time zone. Yes. Also similar to that, I always forget. So I'm in California and I always forget that Arizona is just right there, but it's a different time zone. It's like an hour faster. I did online classes in high school for a college in Arizona, and I kept forgetting that all my assignments were actually due at 11 p.m. because it was midnight there. So that's how I learned that the hard way. Yeah, it sounds like it. And I want a piece of that. I love that. I love that. My soul sister. I'm also in Florida. Cool. Wow, we have Floridians. I hope both of you are okay after the hurricane. My grandparents are also in Florida. They live in Ocala, so they're fine. It just missed them. Thankfully, I'm good above sea level. Okay, good. Your audio is fine. You sound fine. Okay, good. Good. Sometimes I catch myself. I'm like, ooh, I hope I'm not talking too quiet. Oh, I'm excited. Thanks, Amy. My cousin got flooded, unfortunately, but I luckily made it with no problems in my area. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for your cousin, but I'm glad you had no problems. Do you always use Study.io? Is it an app? So it's not an app. I just have my screen shared to where it kind of looks full screen like it's an app. It's actually just a website. It's just studywithme.io instead of .com. I wonder if I can... Let me show you. Okay, this is going to get a little inception here. Hold on. Terrifying. Okay. It's just studywithme.io. This is all you have to type in. And you can change the background. This one's my favorite, but this is the default. But yeah. So to be honest with you, hold on, I gotta stop showing this. This is scary. I gotta put back to where it was. Aha. Okay. To be honest, I don't do Pomodoro. Like I don't sprint by myself. So I don't have a Pomodoro that I always use, but I think the Pomodoro kitty is really cute, but the noise scares me every time. So I don't use it. And this one has like a very calm, just bell ringing. It doesn't jump scare me. No problemo. I found it by a different live stream. If someone was using it and I was like, that one's cute, girl. Where'd you get that? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a studying method. Supposedly it's like the most efficient way to get a lot of studying done is to do like if you look on the timer screen, it's like a short break and a long break, and then Pomodoro. So like you work for 30 minutes and then you take a short break, and then you work for 30 minutes and then you take a short break. So you could do like I keep getting distracted reading ahead the comments. So you're supposed to be able to get more done because your attention span is average like 30 to 45 minutes. So having short breaks in between is supposed to be good for your brain. And then I think Katie Colson does sprints like Pomodoro method, like most of the time if she doesn't have guests. The timer just runs continuously. So once the 30 minutes is up, it tells you, and then it jumps right into a short break. So it's just supposed to be good for your brain. A lot of like college students, high school students use it to study because you can get a lot of studying done without burning out, basically, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. I've seen the Pomodoro Cat as a timer. Is it more than that? No, I think the Pomodoro Cat, well, it has basically the same thing as this. Like it has Pomodoro, short break, long break. So you're supposed to alternate to get the most out of your time studying. You're supposed to alternate between short breaks and long breaks because then you can still give your brain a break and scroll or whatever. But during the 30 minutes, you're supposed to like really focus on the task. It's supposed to keep you focused for longer. So it's basically the same thing. They just have different aesthetics and alarm noises and that stuff. My alarm jump scares me. You should hear the cat noise. If someone hasn't heard the cat noise, I'm going to play it for you guys. I'm going to play it for that person specifically so you can hear how scary it is. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, good. Sometimes I explain things and I get to the end and I'm like, girl, you're really not articulate for being a reader. Let's see. You know, I was thinking of doing the same. I'm not one of these fancy, you can't even see. I don't have one of these fancy, I got a $15 chair from Target. I'm kind of hurting. But it's too loud. I can't change rooms. But I do, I want one of those fancy gaming chairs. I want a comfy office chair for sure. Because I do my reading journal. And this is like the room away from video games. So it'd be nice to be able to like use my desk more often, having a cute chair, comfy chair. It's not cute. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I'm showing you. I'm going to put it on like 1 minute and you're going to hear it. I'm so sorry if I burp. That is so rude of me. All right, we're switching. We're switching to Pomodoro Kitty. All right, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. You can change the colors. I have a brown one right now. And I'm going to change it to like a minute. I did that wrong. All right. You're going to hear it. Just wait. It is not cute. The cat doesn't normally scare me, but I always just think it's my cat. To me, it sounds like a scream. It sounds like a little like, I don't want to make the noise because I don't want to give it away. I know, it's so cute. That's why it is such a shame that it scares the daylight out of me. But I don't want to turn the sound off because I will just keep reading and I'll miss my whole break. Yes. Yeah. Especially when you're in the zone. Like if you're reading and you're in the zone and something startling goes off, it's the worst. All right, let me shut up. Let me shut up so you can hear this. Like, now imagine being, so like, see how it's automatically running Pomodoro, but go away. Did it scare you? Can you see how it'd be creepy? Like, imagine being in the middle of a story. Imagine like being so into it, and then that goes off. Your brain doesn't always interpret it as a meow, or at least my brain does not. I hear it as like a little scream. Let me share my screen so we can do another sprint. We gotta get things done, Jessica. On it, like if you're expecting it, it's not scary. But I really think they need a different cat noise. But it's so cute. My little chocolate kitty. It's freaking adorable. You can set, like, they have so many colors to change it to if you love personalizing it. Cool. How long have you had your reading journal? I just started one. For September, at the end of September, and now October is going to be like my first full month. So I'm making like monthly spreads, and then I'm doing like little entries for my books that I read, like really short reviews, initial thoughts, I guess. So like, here's my reading goals. And then my October. I like to look at minimalistic reading journal things. So this is my reading tracker. I color in the days I read, and then I mark what I read, and then what I read each week, and then stats, best book. These are my readathon. This is my readathon spread. And then I just do like this, a little box for each book. And like this one, I DNF'd. I didn't have any thoughts, but I wanted to record that I read it. So yeah, I just do like half a page for each book. Oh, can you see that? That's all. It would just be nice to have something to show. It's just nice to have something to show what you read besides like an app that could disappear tomorrow like mine. You know, that's nice to have like something, number one, something hard and like that you can feel to show for your reading beside your shelves. And then also it's nice to have something that's still bookish but creative. So if you don't feel like reading or if you're burnt out, it's like can make you want to read again, or like you still feel attached to that hobby without reading constantly. I don't know how to explain that. I got this one at the beginning of the year, but I don't read often, so it's very empty. Hey, that's fine. You could just fill that thing up with however much time it takes. And then at the end on the spine, you can write what years. Like if it took you 2 years, you could put 2022, 2023. That's cute. But I write my thoughts down after I finish reading. It's super simple. Yeah, me too. I like to watch videos on minimalistic journal journaling because I don't have a lot of money to spend on craft supplies. So like for September, I did this, and I don't think I'm going to do this again, but this is a bag, like a Sally's Beauty Supply paper bag. And these are clippings from an ad from a magazine. I don't think I'm going to do that again because I did not like messing with glue. Did you do that ball journal by? I did it. It's a blank journal from Michaels. It's like one of their $10 journals. All it has in it, like it's fully blank. And it's got dotted pages except for in the front. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It has a like pre-done contents. but it's just one of the cheap ones from Michaels. It's like this is the cover. The Sprint, I might also do that, but it's not cute. It's just a notebook I write. It's just a notebook that I write title, author, date finished, and rating. I mean, yeah, that's what mine is if I didn't put bullet points. I feel that. Sometimes you just need to get your thoughts out and then move on. Here's how I feel about like the journaling, like the heavy creative journaling. For me, it would not become a habit and I would not get the reward of it being a habit if it had to be that complicated every time. Like I enjoy finishing a book and then taking like 5 minutes to make my little entry for it. Like it's a little 5-minute break, a little like get your thoughts out before you start another book. And I don't have to commit like an hour or two to making like this beautiful spread, you know? Because if I had to commit that much time to it, I would just fall behind and all downhill. I did it because I'm so scared that Goodreads is going to fail and I'm going to lose the only tracking I have my books. Yeah, no, I feel that because all of these different apps and websites are coming out like Storygraph that really only need a couple like adjustments and they will be just as good as not better than Goodreads. And a lot of people complain about Goodreads. So I want something like physical to keep all of that where it is because I love keeping all of that. My Goodreads I update almost after every sprint if I'm not hosting the sprints. So I feel the need to like track and visualize it. Same. You can really make it like if you realize something isn't working, just change it. It's super easy. And then eventually you'll get to perfect for you combination. Goodreads is going to fail. I sound like an old person. I mean, no, it's real, especially for book lovers. We keep our lives on there. It's a real stress. I just stress out if I try to make a journal because I want it to look perfect. I'm OCD with crafts. Okay, see? That's why you should do a minimalistic one. Because it will satisfy your OCD because it's very clean cut looking. But then at the same time, it's not too crafty to where like if you put a leaf or a sticker in the wrong spot, you freak out. Does that make sense? Watch minimalistic reading journal videos. Some of them aren't that minimalistic. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Find the real minimalistic ones. Honestly, Barnes & Noble has the cutest. I bought my Moleskine from Barnes & Noble. I have a journal that I'm pretty sure was a gift from Barnes & Noble. Like, I have a leather-bound journal from Barnes & Noble that, like, you can take the leather cover off and just buy refills of the paper. Barnes & Noble has the best journals. Yeah, me neither. I make journals / diary on my YouTube. Cool. Thinking about making it a booktube. I'll have to check out your videos. I love journal and diary videos. You should make it a booktube. Why not? Have you seen my channel? I'm lucky to even have 7 of y'all in here, and I'm loving this. But you should just start it. Honestly, I started mine 3 years ago and made like maybe 9 videos and then disappeared because I was in college at the time and I was going to graduate and then COVID hit. And I constantly think about if I would have stuck with it for 3 years, where would I be now? You know? I'm sure I'd be thriving. I mean, I'm thriving right here, right now on this live, but, you know, I'm sure I would have like a whole little community by now. And it wouldn't be as embarrassing or awkward. So you should just do it. Plus, if you already have a YouTube, I'm sure you're not even in the awkward phase anymore. Oh, thank you for hanging out with me. I'm so sorry you have COVID. I had COVID not that long ago, and I was miserable too. So I honestly don't even know you're here. How you're here. You are a strong woman. Oh no, you have COVID too. Hugs from me too. It is awful. It is hell. I had a fever of 102 for like 36 hours. COVID, it was the worst. And also, it was the worst by like day 5 or 6 of my quarantine because I still tested positive and stuff, and felt like crap, but my brain didn't have that fog anymore. So like I was ready to feel better, but I didn't. I was ready to leave my house, but I couldn't. So like your brain is ready to be done, and you're still not done. Oh, you took a break. Well, I'm gonna catch up. You should though. Do it. Yep. I had mine at the very beginning of September. It is the worst. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think I'm gonna film videos on Thursdays, and I'd like to make a October TBR on Thursday and hopefully have it up by Friday. So I'm definitely starting to like I definitely want to start posting more consistently. And personally, live streams are my jam on YouTube, like reading sprints. So I'd like to focus on doing reading sprints. But I would like to post content. I would like to be creative, you know. Amy and Jan, hope y'all start good. Same. Yep. My headache. Tell me if it's the same for you, but my headache, I could feel it in every step that I took. Like every step that I walked, I could feel my footsteps in my head. So the fever was awful for 36 hours. I couldn't sleep. I was shivering or sweating. And then the headache after the fever. No. Good, we can be here. Well, I've only read 2 spooky books. Amy, I'm a fantasy girl. I'm taste testing thriller and horror this month. So I'm making myself read. This is my first month where I actually have an October TBR that is October themed. So I'm taste testing. So maybe my October wrap up we'll have some good recs for November because, you know, why not carry it into November? It's still spooky season. Spooky season if you make it. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so cute. Shut up. Stop it. So yeah, Thursday. I think I'm gonna do it on Thursday. I can tell you what I read now if you want. Thanks, Tina. That's so sweet. I read Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And I read Bunny. So those are the 2 I've read so far. I read those this past weekend. I tried to force myself to read romance, but I couldn't do it. Yeah. One of my goals for the year is to read at least 1 romance book. But I haven't picked it yet because I'm waiting to find one that like has good reviews and intrigues me because I want to give it a fair shot. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. So same, Fantasyland all the way. I mean, I'm sure this is very subjective, but I feel like sometimes romance is not even that realistic, to be honest. I can read crazy romance like Verity. I have not read Verity, but it is piquing my interest. It depends what kind of romance you're looking for. The romance I read is nothing close to reality. Well, I just feel like the ones that are supposed to be reality aren't quite, you know? Maybe I'm just like way too cynical. I don't know. But this is why I recognize that my opinions on romance are like very generalized and dramatic. So that's why one of my goals is to read a romance because it's going on far too long. I need to at least try it. You know, like when you're a kid, you don't like something, a food, and then as an adult, you're like, okay, I need to try it because like I'm an adult now. Yeah. It's too like real life. I like reading dark, taboo, toxic romance. So it ends with us? Question mark. I'm trying to think of books that I've heard of that fall into these categories. Most of the time I like YA books with real life issues or adventures. Okay, so like YA contemporary. Maybe. So I don't mean like it's not realistic because it's so sweet. I mean it's not realistic because Call the Police is someone does. Okay. Yeah. So you and Tina. Toxic romance? Question mark. But there is no vampires or witches or werewolves. Okay. So not paranormal romance. Not monster romance, but like dark romance. Tina, Call the Police. 5 stars, Verity. I think because my husband always trying to give me his romance. You have enough romance in your life already? Don't need to read romance? I'm dead. That's so funny. I'm actually dead. Am I blushing? That's so funny. Let's do another sprint. We'll do 30 minutes again. I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours already. Lord help us, backs. I think we all know what to do. Yeah. We're all there. We're all there. We know exactly how you feel. Don't need to read about it more. All right. I'm going to mute myself before I put my foot in my mouth. And we're going to start. So happy reading, everyone, or journaling. Oh my god, this whole time I forgot to show you the timer. So sorry. Bye-bye now. Hello. How was that sprint for everybody? I'm on page 132, so another 17 pages. I started out on page 84 when I started my sprints, so done pretty good so far. Look at this. Look at this cute little chunk. I'm so sorry for scaring you. I was more so embarrassed that I started the timer and never shared it with everyone. I did not really think about terrifying you, and I apologize. 36 pages. Nice. Finished writing my thoughts in my journal. Cool. Cool. I hope it was relaxing and therapeutic. Because honestly, that's what it is for me. It's so relaxing. Honestly, it's also such a motivation to finish books because I want to write about them. I made it to 40%. It's getting better. Okay, good. That's always good news. Look at this is atrocious. This background, this room is a sword. This is wild. Page 38. Nice. How are you liking it so far? Because I added that one to my want to read on Goodreads. So I'm curious to know what you feel about it. Let's see. It's technically October 4th, so I'm going to shade in my reading journal tracker that I read on October 4th. Because that's the way it works when I make the rules. Is anyone doing any Halloween themed readathons? If so, which ones are you doing? And are you reading for them right now? Voila. October 4th. I've technically read on October 4th. It's past midnight here. Honestly, when I don't know if any of you have read the Game of Thrones books, but it honestly takes me about this much time to get back into the story. So I'm just starting to really get into it again. Like every time I put it down, it takes me about 30 pages to get back into it, fully invested. Right now it's slow, but I like it so far. Good. Yeah, I mean, the first 40 pages is understandable. Not ideal. Rereading is so interesting because after you read something twice or reread it once, any reads after that are amazing. I agree. Honestly, I'm not a huge rereader. But now I have just like randomly I have all these urges to reread like a lot of series. So like for example, I mean besides rereading Game of Thrones, the obvious one, I really want to reread Red Rising. That was one of my favorite series, and I really want to reread it now all of a sudden. And I never thought I would ever reread. I keep books, don't have a huge collection of books. I keep the ones that are really important to me and special to me, but I don't keep them for rereading purposes. I keep them for the memes and nostalgia. But now all of a sudden, no, didn't join any, but join all the sprints. Yeah, same. I'm thriving with all of these sprints going on. I want to do a Halloween readathon. I want to do a Halloween readathon, but don't know what to go for. Well, I am participating. I don't usually participate in readathons, but I'm participating in Halloween Weekend and Hocus Pocus Readathon. Hocus Pocus Readathon is Rainy Blue Reads and Neba. Hollow Weekend is a bunch of booktubers, and one of them is Lexi. I don't usually watch those booktubers, but it was such a good readathon, and I was just craving a readathon for Halloween to get me to read spooky books, to get me to read books of subjects I'd never read about. So, still learning characters in the stories. Yeah, so it's a little slow. COVID brain is real. Like, now I'm so familiar with the book and it's really comforting. Yeah, so you're talking about after, right? That's how I feel about Game of Thrones. So I said this in my September reading wrap up, but for Game of Thrones, I didn't know how rereading it was going to go because I have read that book once and I've watched the series in its entirety twice. So I was like, I don't know if there's going to be, I don't know how this is going to go because the reading Game of Thrones the first time, there were so many like gasps and aha moments, just like the show. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to be left with. However, it is such a comfort read now. Like, I'm just happy to be with these characters again, and it makes me appreciate the writing even more because it's so enjoyable without having all of those plot twists and like gasp moments, if that makes sense. So I'm like appreciating it even more than the first time. I'm participating in Hocus Pocus Readathon and the Cozy Mystery Halloween Bingo Board Challenge. Cool. So Hocus Pocus, me too, but I didn't know about the Cozy Mystery Bingo Board. That's cool. My mom is a cozy mystery lover. She loves the Misfortune series, and I was like, finally, books that you read that I've heard of. I feel like a lot of people are talking about the Misfortune series all of a sudden, or at least they're popping up on my radar all of a sudden. Yeah. If I enjoy this book, I'm going to read the author's other books because I like her writing style. Yeah. Just watch the new Hocus Pocus. Me too. What did you think about it? I'll tell you my thoughts if you tell me yours first. Let me pull her back up. Kelly DeVos. She has a lot of books. A lot of books. Her highest rated looks like A Pizza My Heart, Pizzathology Book 1. It looks like an anthology. So it looks like it's an anthology and she's one of the authors in it. So her highest rated that she has just her name on is Day Zero, part of a Day Zero duology. Published 2019. Interesting. Last year she published Eat Your Heart Out. So Go Help Me just came out. Interesting. I should read that. I feel like I would enjoy it. I don't know why it's not on my want to read, but I should read that. I feel like the subject matter will not, like, I feel like the subject matter will not be an issue for me because I read A Little Life. I have been through traumatic reading experiences. I am a seasoned veteran. I haven't watched or read Game. Oh, you haven't watched or read Game of Thrones? Which way should I do it first? Read or watch it? I say you try to read it first, and then if you don't like it, you can just watch it. Because I think if you watch it, you might lose inspiration to read it. I'm so sorry. That's my dog. That's my puppy. Come here, Callie. Come here. She has a toy chicken. That's her toy chicken. Come here. Jump up. This is Callie. Psycho Callie O'Malley. So yeah, I think you should try to read the first book, and if it's not for you, you can watch it, and you will still be very satisfied. The main host of the Cozy Mystery Hall and Bingo Board is The Killing Time with Cozy's Discord. I don't know if I'm just dumb, but I don't understand this. The Killing Time, is that a channel name? Or is that a book? Cozy's Discord. Oh, and the Beach Bum Bookworm. It was amazing. How do you talk about abuse without talking about abuse? But it's not about the game. I should read that. I really should read that. I don't know why I haven't. Interesting. Talk about abuse without talking about abuse. Interesting. It's about a teacher and student relationship, right? I don't even know. I'm assuming it's non-consensual. I haven't like deep dived into what this book is about because I do want to go into it, but I almost want to go into knowing nothing. I mean, almost nothing. It's fine if I know more than it's fine if I know more than nothing, but I haven't read any reviews on it. Killing Time with Cozies. Oh, is the name of a Discord that talks about cozy mysteries. My mom would love that. I have not read any cozy mysteries. I'm not a mystery girl. You're fine. You're fine. I just don't know a lot of names of YouTube channels outside my genre. I'm still exploring. Oh, it is consensual. Interesting. Oh, that's right. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like someone said that it was consensual, but also like still abusive because she's a child. She's a student. Is a high school student? Okay. I understand, Lindsay. You like the humor more in the second Hocus Pocus? Okay, this is what I felt. This is how I feel about Hocus Pocus. I still like the first one more, but I feel like the second one was everything I could have wanted out of a sequel to a Disney movie. Like, it brought back the best characters. It maintained the comedy. The three girls who played like the young Sanderson sisters did such a good job. Like, they had so many things that were homage to the first one that I grew up with that I really appreciated. They didn't try to change everything. And yeah, I still like the first one the most. But out of like a sequel to a Disney movie, that had it all. I feel like it was very consistent. And I loved it. I did love it. It was a fun time. I read it. I mean, I watched it with a group of like 10 people. Like, my sister-in-law had a watch party with her family, and I went to that. And we had themed snacks and a themed cocktail of the night. It was fun. I'm headed out. Thanks with friends. Good night. Thank you. Good night. Thanks for joining me, for real. She is a child, but almost pulls him in. Just got into thinking it's not about the teacher, it's about her experience. I think all women should read it. Interesting. Am I adding this to my Goodreads want to read officially? Yes, I am. Honestly, okay, this is how to convince me to read a book. Say I think all women should read it. I think everyone should read it. I think everyone in this age group should read it. Like, when you say that, I know you mean it. That's how you get me. That's how you can get me immediately. Right? Dark Vanessa. Want to read officially. Let me see if it's available on Libby. Because I could be reading this, like, Halloween Weekend takes place in every weekend of October, and I need to be reading other things in between so I don't burn out of one genre. So that could be a good one. That could be a good one. Let's see if it's available. It's kind of hard to find library books on brand for this month because, well, the audiobook is available. Let me see how long I have to wait. 8 weeks. Yikes. One of my libraries has it available, but I have fees, so I can't check it out from them. That's embarrassing. I'm going to put it on hold, at least. I might not be able to read it this month. Obviously, if the month is longer than 8 weeks, wow. Several months wait. Nope, 8 weeks. Please hold. All right. Oh, go with the audiobook? Okay. Whatever you say. She hired an actress. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I have the audiobook. I never do audiobooks. I'm gonna give it a shot though. Sam, I had a watch party with the same stuff, but we dressed up. Oh, that's so fun. Did you dress up as characters from the movie or just Halloween? Yeah, okay. I did. I checked out the audiobook. I still left the book on hold just in case because I never listen to audiobooks. When I'm cleaning and stuff, I'm like so in the zone that I tune out audiobooks. And I don't drive very often. So I'll have to make some time. It's everything in audio. Everything. Okay. I believe you. You sold me. I've checked it out. I just need to think of activities to do while I listen to it that are not diamond painting. That are not diamond painting and literally breaking my back. I do need to do the dishes. That's a good place to start. I can listen to it while I take my dog on a walk. That will motivate me to take my dog for a walk too. I have not been doing good on that. It's a book he won't get bored. No, it's not that I will get bored. I tend to tune things out when I get in the zone while doing like activities. Like I tend to think of other things. I don't know how to explain that. I tend to just like snap back and I realized like 6 minutes has gone by and I haven't been listening. I've been listening to my own thoughts. I talk to myself. Okay. We should do at least one more sprint. Yes, the old man. I love him. I mean, I don't love him, but I love him. The guy that dances with Sarah, yeah. Wow. What a great costume. Lindsay? I'm actually mad I didn't think of that. Okay, good. Okay. Yes, answer her question. Are y'all being anything for Halloween? I always want to dress up for Halloween, but I never do anything on Halloween. However, Me and my husband just cleaned out our garage, and I want it to be a party garage. I have my dad's signs and a neon light that I got when he passed, and I'm trying to make my garage a party garage like his was. So I have like a table in there for a bar and a TV, and we just cleaned it out so we can fit a table and chairs, like an outdoor table and chairs. So on Halloween, I'd really like to have like just family and friends, like a small group of people come over, and we could hand out candy from our garage. But usually I don't dress up because I have nothing to do on Halloween. Well, the Halloween parties pre-COVID have not come back since COVID. So, wah. And I don't really get dressed up to hand out candy. Darcy from Heartstopper. I've read Heartstopper so long ago, I don't even remember the characters. I read it online before they published those books. I don't even remember how online I read it. I think it was the author's blog, the author's website. Wow, I should not have rubbed my eye. Holy cow. I've got mascara everywhere now. I've never done any Halloween other than stand outside and get candy out. Yeah. I've been to a couple Halloween parties, just like a family friend. My mother-in-law's friend would host Halloween parties, and they would go all out. So those are really fun. Like the last one I went to was before COVID, and they dressed up as Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch, and his Grinch costume was spectacular. He wore a prosthetic lip to look like the Grinch, and she had full Cindy Lou Who hair, like up with the little fountain ponytail and then the braids like this, and then found like spot on perfect. And she was wearing the holiday Hooby Wetty outfit with like the teacups and a saucer. Like, well, now you have to tell us, Lindsay. What character from what show? Tell us. I'm not starting the next brain until you tell us. One year I was going to be Post Malone, and then my sister-in-law got COVID, and I was living with her at the time, so we couldn't go anywhere. That was a year a lot of people were being Post Malone. Well, if I don't know it, then I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it, and I'm going to see it. And it sounds like you commit to Halloween costumes, so I like need to know. And it sounds like you're pretty good at picking like not obscure but like specific people. And those are the best. Darcy is Nick's first kiss, his girlfriend, and Tao's girlfriend's friend. Okay. Cute. Very cute. I'm mad that I haven't thought of this costume before. I'm so upset about it. That is such a good costume idea. Because you can just wear like a red long john onesie and devil horns. Oh my gosh, of course we know Rick and Morty. I don't watch it, but I know what it is. But you're going to be a girl version. That's so cool. That's super cool. I love that and the vice versa, doing a girl version of a character and then doing a boy version of a girl character. I love that. Because, like, why not? It's Halloween. You can do whatever you want. Okay. We should do another sprint. Let's do another sprint. It is 12:52 a.m. here. I've got another one in me at least. We're just going to take it one sprint at a time, I think. You know? See how we feel. Why did I just forget what I was doing? I was putting up the timer. Yep, that's what I was doing. Okay, here I go into the quiet, lonely void. Bye. Happy reading. Wow. I got to page 144. Yeah, 144. Which is great, which means that during these spreads I read 80 pages. And 80 pages in Game of Thrones is great for me. How did you guys do? Ideally, I would do another sprint and just like I would give a heads up, like, oh, that was our last sprint, but I can't. My dog is going crazy. My puppy's going crazy. Hold on. She's not used to me being not on the couch this late to lay next to me, so she's going a little psycho. So I'm going to have to stay. I'm going to stay here in the chat for a little bit, but then I'm going to have to go because my husband is losing his patience being in charge. Cool. 20 pages. Nice. I'm averaging like 16 pages right now each sprint. So you're on page 66. Nice. You're almost at the 100-page mark. I love hitting the 100-page mark. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. I just got done saying that ideally I would have given a warning that that was my last sprint. But during that last sprint, my dog started going insane. Like it's 1:25 a.m. here and she got the zoomies. So I think I'm going to stay in chat for a little while and then, oh no. I think I'm going to stay in chat for a little while and then I'm not going to have time to do another sprint because she's not going to calm down until I'm on the couch in my usual spot. Oh no. Well, at least you remembered. At least you remembered with time to spare. Jan, did you end up listening to or reading anything while you made the lunches? Hopefully I can do another live sprint, maybe tomorrow. It probably won't be a late night one, but hopefully I will do another one tomorrow. Ideally, I would love to get some more reading in. You're so funny. So funny. Yeah, thank God you remembered. Honestly, thank God I don't have kids. I want kids, but I'm just thinking of right now if I had kids. Oh my God, my life is a mess. My life is too much of a mess. I cannot even imagine. Oh my God, I shouldn't be rubbing my eyes. I'm going to take my fingers away from my eyes and I'm going to look like a crazy person because my mascara is going to be everywhere. No, I look the same. I made it to 42%. The drama starting. Oh, good. I wish the drama starts, or I wish drama would start earlier than 42%. The last two books I read, it's taken about 40% of the book, and I needed to start sooner than that personally. What is your Goodreads? Is it okay to friend you? Yeah, totally. My Goodreads is... Let me check. I'll put it in the comments. How about that? How about that? It's just Jess. Here, I'm putting it in the comments. Totally cool to friend me. Understandable. Yeah. My husband and I have only been married since May. But we dated for 11 years before we got married. 11 Yes. So we've only been married for June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. I can't believe it's been 5 months. But 11 years of dating, and then we lived together for a year before we got married. So, But yeah, I feel this, and I agree. Marriage even more so. I know dating is only the tip of the iceberg with that. This is my Goodreads. I actually have it open in a tab right now, so I can add you. Approve. You are approved. Jan, I'm going to use this time to stalk your currently reading on Goodreads. Middle game. That's on my TBR for this month. But it's because we have kids, and he's like, need to create more people all the time. And I'm like, get off me, lol. Who's going to take care of it? Okay, that's my house with animals right now. We have no children, and we have 3 animals. And we want children. And I think I'll go insane. I think my brain will actually break. So we have our oldest pet is Jack. He's my dog. We actually got him together. Callie, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself so you don't hear my dog mom voice. As I was saying, my house is full of animals that I can't control. Our oldest is Jack. He's a Chihuahua Wiener Dog mix. He's about 9 years old now. Me and my husband got him together when we were first dating, but he lived with me. And then when I went to college, he lived with my mom. And then ever since I came back from college, he lived with me for 1 year in college when I got my own house. So he's my dog. He's lived with me his whole life, minus 2 years. Then we got a cat when we moved in together into this house. Before we were married, we got a cat. And her name is Star. And she's a Siamese. She's a Ridgepoint Siamese. Then, why? But we got Callie. She's a Malinois mix. She is 6 months old and 40 pounds. And the straw that broke the camel's back, to be quite honest. She's killing me. Actually, we're going to enroll her in puppy training classes this month. And sorry, I got distracted reading comments. She's a straw that broke the camel's back because trying to keep her calm around the other dog, Jack, because he's elderly and he's grumpy Chihuahua man, and then the cat because the cat is a very tiny cat and she's a puppy that plays rough and doesn't know her own strength. So my life is insane and I can't imagine adding a newborn to it. Cool. No, that's totally fine. COVID's rough. Cool. I will go check again after I catch up. Same. I have 3 on my currently reading of Goodreads. Same. 4 kids and 4 dogs. It's a madhouse, hence the name Jan's Crazy Life. Yeah. Dude, 4 kids and 4 dogs? You are a strong woman. Stronger than I. My Goodreads is Lindsay and has Epcot as a profile. Is it okay for you to try to find me because I can't find yours? Yeah, let me try real quick. Just real quick. How do I search people? Oh. Epcot. Oh no. That's sad. There's a lot of Lindsays. And to be honest with you, I don't know what Epcot looks like. Girl, there's a lot of Lindsays. Did you try to find me with my link? Do you want me to post it again? I can put my link again. My husband wanted 10 kids, so we started adding animals. Yeah. 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 It is. I'll put my link again so you can try. Here. Just use this. Just use this. Just use this, Lindsay. 1 is 1, 2 kids is 10. I can't imagine 10 kids. That's crazy. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I really love kids and I really, really want kids. I'm very excited to have a family, but I am not naive to the fact that it is insane. Very realistic about it. Very. So, not having kids until I'm really ready to sacrifice my sleep and my time. 1 second. Okay. Lindsay, you can also go to my Instagram, and my Goodreads is linked in my bio. So my Instagram is at JessAboutBooks, just like my channel, just all squished together like Instagram does. If you go to my Instagram, there's a link to my Goodreads. So you can try that way too if you're using your phone, if that's easier than copying and pasting the link. Because I don't know if... Oh, you did. I don't know if that will work better. No problemo. My advice, have them close together because making one more apple, not a big deal, and they entertain themselves and play together. Yeah, great idea. I would also like to try to have kids with my siblings or sibling in-laws, because I would like for them to have cousins around the same age for the same reason. Let me know how Instagram works if you want to try that. Thanks, Jan. I don't post a lot on there. I'm kind of like just getting back into the swing of Bookstagram and Booktube, so I might pop up there every once in a while. Can't post link to mine. So you might see me every once in a while, but I have to admit, I only post when I am feeling up to putting effort into it. Yeah, I'm at the minimum 7 years younger than my siblings, and I really wish I was closer. Oh, that is a huge age gap, I feel like. I mean, by the time you're 10, they're already 17. I'm sure your mom appreciated the help, though, or your parents or your guardians, whatever. I only have one sibling, and we are 2 years apart. So there is an age though where even a 2-year age gap is big. There's an age that you get where that 2-year gap feels a lot bigger than 2 years. But my in-laws, oh my god, just wow, I really look like it's almost 2 a.m. My youngest sister-in-law is 21. I am 26. Actually, I don't think that's right. Hold on. My birthday's next month, and I always forget how old I am. What a luxury, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm turning 27 next month. So I'm 26 right now. My youngest sister-in-law is 21. My next oldest sister-in-law is 25. We graduated the same class in high school. And then my brother is 23. And his wife, my other sister-in-law, is 22. Actually, I think my brother's 24 and she's 22. I think he just turned 24. So we're all there in the same age range. And then all of my husband and his siblings each have a cousin that like is similar to them in age. Like every single one of them has a cousin that was born within the same 2 years as them. And I'm very like I think that's the coolest thing ever. 18, 11, 10, 7 when I was born. Wow. So you have a sibling with an 18-year age gap. Same, but I like getting older because it means my kids get older. Yeah. Well, y'all, it's been great talking to you. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. This was so fun. I really thought I was going to sit here and talk to myself for like 2 hours before I got bored and then ended the live stream. So, thank you guys. I might post a video on Friday, this coming Friday. If everything goes to plan, I'll be filming on Thursday. And I would ideally like to host another reading sprints tomorrow earlier in the evening, like around 7 in Pacific time. So if you want to join me, you're totally more than welcome. If you want to turn on notifications or something, I'm not going to schedule anything because I would feel guilty if I ended up not doing it. But I think there's a way you can just notify my whole channel if you want. You don't have to. But if you just want to read to like search live reading sprints, you might find me tomorrow. But thanks for joining me. Again, I really appreciate it. This was super fun. I got a lot done. I hope you guys got a lot done. And I will catch you guys around. I'll see you around. I'll catch you on the flip side. Good night, everyone. No problem. Thank you. Okay, bye for real.